I was coming home late from work, the kind of late where the streets are empty and the world feels like it's holding its breath. I descended into the subway, the flickering lights casting eerie shadows that danced along the grimy walls. The platform was nearly deserted, save for a few stragglers who looked as tired as I felt. As I waited for the train, I noticed an odd chill in the air, one that seemed to seep into my bones. The distant sound of a train echoed through the tunnel, but it felt slower, more deliberate than usual. When the train finally arrived, it screeched to a halt with an unsettling whine. I stepped into the carriage, and the doors closed behind me with a loud thud. The car was empty, except for a man sitting at the far end. He wore a tattered coat and had a hood pulled low over his face, obscuring it in shadows. I chose a seat far away from him, trying to ignore the creeping feeling of unease. As the train began to move, I pulled out my phone to distract myself, but I had no signal. The usual hum of the subway was absent, replaced by an almost deafening silence. Suddenly the lights flickered, and for a brief moment I thought I saw the man at the end of the car standing up. When the lights stabilized, he was still sitting, but now he seemed closer, as if he'd shifted seats without making a sound. I brushed it off as my imagination playing tricks on me. But then the lights flickered again, and this time he was unmistakably closer. A sense of dread washed over me. I glanced around for any sign of another passenger or a security camera, but I was utterly alone. The train slowed to a stop at the next station, and I bolted out of the car, not caring where I ended up. As I looked back, the hooded man was now standing in the doorway, staring directly at me. His eyes were hollow, dark voids that seemed to pull at my very soul. I ran up the stairs, bursting into the night air, my heart pounding. I never took the subway that late again, and every time I pass that station, I can't help but feel those hollow eyes watching me, waiting for another chance to catch me alone. Be careful on those late-night subway rides. You never know who or what you might encounter.